Hello, what's up? My name is John Albert Diabangcos from Section DCPET 32 and welcome to another video. So, we're gonna be making Republic Act number 4200. So, here's the assignment. We have two topics. First is the wiretapping or ambush interview. The second one is video and audio recording in mobile phone. So, let me introduce you to the Republic Act number 4200, which states that uh, there should not be a recording with recording, screenshots, and other forms of recording from phone calls, from radio calls, without the agreement of the both parties, unless it is a criminal act that endangers the national security, such as treason and other serious cases like murder, uh, arson, rebellion, espionage. Then, ayun nga, this law covers a wide range of communication including telephone conversation, messages, any forms of wire or radio-based communication. So, all the evidences found in the recording without the agreement from both parties or the consent from both parties are deemed inadmissible to the court. So, why is this law why is this law made? So it is made for the protection of privacy, to protect the privacy of individuals, and to ensure that the communication remains confidential unless under lawful or specific conditions. So ayun yung Republic Act number 4200. So let me show you to the our first topic, which has three cases. So first of all, we have the case of the Ombudsman Samuel Martinez has accused Philippine Center of Investigative Journalism Executive Director Malu Mangas of her illegally recording the conversation they had that was quoted in a PCGI report. So in this statement, Martires claimed that Mangas violated the anti-wiretapping law by recording a casual conversation without his consent and without informing him that he was being interviewed. He did not address the claims about the Salen in his statement, but the PCGI said that the statement Wednesday night that Merides and his staff were aware that the conversation done in public place on a matter of public interest was being recorded on Mangas phone. So dito nagsabi si Ombudsman Samuel Martes na hindi daw niya alam na nire-record yung conversation nila, na bigla niya na lang nakita sa report ng PCGI, but the PCGI countered this with saying that parehas si Marites tas yung staff niya ay aware na yung conversation nito ay nasa public place, then alam rin na nire-record sa cellphone ni Miss Manghas. So ayun. So, what does the law says? Ayan nga, sinabi ko na sa inyo kanina. So, in this first case, I think, based on conversations or any screenshots deemed by the court, kung papakita kung sinabihan ba talaga yung ating mga yung ating mga sinabihan ba talaga yung staff, or alam ba talaga ni Mr. Martires yung communication, ay pwede nating sabihin na case closed to, depende sa decisions ng court. So next one is wiretapping in a wireless world. So dito in October 2017, filed the complaint of accusing Risa Hontiveros violating the anti-wiretapping law after the senator, in a privileged speech, showed a photo of text exchange between Aguirre, presumably a lawyer, and former lawmaker Jing Paras. So Hontiveros said that the photo was taken at the Senate hearing and deliberately captured the text messages exchanged on the screen of the phone of Aguirre. she noticed that when zoomed in the photo, Aguirre exchanging text with the certain Kong Jing, where the justice chief is said to be ordering the latter to hasten the case build up against Hontiveros. So, dito, kinakasuhan, may case build up si Miss Hontiveros. So, ayun, ang sinabi niya, or binigay niyang, tawag dito, ang binigay niyang evidences ay yung nakita niyang picture ng text messages between Senator Aguirre, or rather, Secretary Aguirre, then Congressman Jing. So, ayun yung pinakita niyang evidences. So, ayun, based on that, makancel ang evidences ni Miss Hontiveros kasi it violates the anti-wiretapping law. Then, ayun, sumunod na kaso is on journalist broadcasting Cecilia Lazaro, who was charged in 2010 supposedly wiretapping her private conversation with an official of government insurance system. So dito naman si journalist Lazaro was recording the conversations, then pinublish niya, and this was in a segment called Parisian Beneficio. So, ayun, nagkaroon ng charges, pero nag-end in favor of Miss Lazaro kasi when accused recorded that the phone conversation she has with the private complainant Ella Valserina, who has the knowledge of this recording. So, this act was not meant to tap. It was simply a recording by a reporter of a conversation which is not punishable by law. So, ayun, na basura yung kaso dahil alam naman pala ni Ella Valserina na nire-recording siya. So, ayun, it was not meant to tap, but it was a simple act of recording. So, let us move on to our second case. Second assignment, rather. So, here we go. On our second assignment, let me move that here. So, with advancement, ito na, wiretapping on the cases, then not authorized, why sinabi ko na yung kanina, walkie-talkie. So, ito may cases, like for the first case was Salcedo Ortares versus Court of Appeals, number 110662 on August 4, 1994, held that unless a clear showing both parties of the conversation is allowed its recording, then the recording is illegally and may subject the person who made the recording penalties provided the Republic Act 4200. So, where the conversation mobile phone, Salcedo clear showing both parties according to the party is recording, presenting a recording, was established that the clear showing that both parties allowed the conversation. So, ito yung nangyari noong August 4. Then, on the other hand, mas na-improve yan noong Ramirez versus Court of Appeals. So, also mattered the made unconsented recording, jurisdiction was penalized. So, ayun. Dito sa nauna, recordings lang. Dito naman, kung kahit sinong nasa jurisdiction or nag-record ng video, ay maybe admissible to the Republic Act number 4200. So, ayun, kahit hindi kasali sa kaso, basta present as evidences as a recording, ay pwede siya makasuhan ng Republic Act 4200. So, ayun, violator siya dito. Then, next is simple lawmakers, senator, it is a communication between another investigation. So, ayun yung sinabi dito. Then, on the last one, I think, is Supreme Court in the cases of Mamba versus Garcia, the Office of Court Administrator versus Floro, ruled that the recording conversations between a judge and other persons done in the judge chambers is illegal without the consent of all parties. Note should be made that the Supreme Court classified the judge chambers as a public place. So finally, it is settled that the law is jurisprudence illegality of a video and audio recording done without the consent of both parties to the conversations. The recorded conversations cannot be used in any proceedings used by either party against each other, nor can be the basis of any case, claim, or right. Thus, be careful who you record, what you record on your mobile phones. You may get a lot of trouble if you do so without the consent of anyone who is part of the recording. So, ayan. This is a clear statement that what we learned today. So let me give you a quick run through on the here. So first, topic 1 relates to cases because it presented 3 cases on that law. Then it shows paano hinahandle ng korte yung mga ganong kaso. On the topic 2, video and audio recordings in mobile phone, states us that we should be careful on what we record or what we record or what we video because it can be used against us in future kunyari may kaso. Pwedeng gamitin sa laban, pwedeng pwede tayong kasuhan ng Republic Act 4200 kung walang consent ng or rather kung ano. I think there's another it is still Republic Act 4200 in our cases. So ayun, sa ibang bansa pala yun na recall ko. And I think that's all for today's video and see you when I see you. So peace out.